We're talking about Irv Gotti, who tragically passed away at 54 years old. Epic run in hip-hop, man. Unbelievable run as a manager, as a producer, as an executive. Going all the way back. Cass, you started earlier when you did the mix earlier today with Mike Geronimo.
Right.
Ish is Real, going all the way back to the mid-'90s. Now, I was just asking this off the air, Cast. How much of and I have I'm putting out my old episode of Juan Ep that I did, Syph and I did with Ja and Irv. We're gonna put that out later. How much hands-on producing do you think Irv did of the big records that he produced?
I mean, in the beginning he did a lot, and then as time went on, I'm sure he did, played his part.
Co-producing
Like he
with other
had a
people.
lot of co-producing with a lot of people like Seven Ari Ellis, and he dealt with a lot of different producers. He became more of a peacemaker too, like what I'm saying, like putting pieces together that make sense.
Right. Producing in a way like Diddy would, if you will. Difference being, of course, though, he had the actual hands-on experience too.
Right.
Because Puff wasn't ever getting on a machine and making a beat. Irv had that part of him, but then also would exec produce records.
Right, exactly.
Including, did you play Can I Get Her earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Can I Get Her? Of course, instrumental in getting those classic Ja Rule, J-Lo records together. I'm Real
Bro,
and Ain't It Funny?
The label collectively sold over 30 million records worldwide.
Yeah.
30 million.
That's crazy.
It's
really
an
is.
unbelievable. It's a really unbelievable run they went on. I mean, the Ja run, it's the level of hits that he had back to back to back. If you are a certain age, matter of fact, if you're likely in the age range of people listening to this show on your way to work and school, Between Me and You, Always on Time, Put It On Me, Happy, Foolish, Unfoolish. I mean, these are the records of your life. These are the soundtrack to your life that these guys did.
And he was always excited. Like he was always excited about new records. I remember I was here actually the time when the first time he brought up Ashanti's record to High 97. So he literally came with the record like out of the studio, ran up here, and I remember it vividly because Enough was on. It was Enough's 5 o'clock mix, and he gets up there and he goes to Enough. I haven't slept in 3 days. I was in the studio. This is it. This is gonna change R&B. We back, because you remember at that time it was like a little bit of a lull in the R&B hip hop type thing, and he was like, "Yo, Ashanti, my new artist, Ashanti." Mind you, nobody had ever really heard Ashanti. People have heard about her in the industry for writing records, but nobody had actually ever heard a record. And he said, "This is it. Trust me, this record's gonna be amazing." And we're all sitting there like, "Okay." And
Here we go.
But he always had that like childlike enthusiasm when it came to like just hip hop and music.
Always yelling, but with a smile.
Yeah, facts.
You know what, Laura? That's a great way of describing it. Like, of the great hip-hop moguls, particularly the New York ones that we think about, Russell, Dame, Puff, Irv. There's different styles, right? And like Dame and Puff, you picture yelling, but often serious, slightly scary in their yelling. Slightly. Russell, too, in the early days. He got more yogaed out as the years went on.
Yeah.
But Irv's way of doing things, while it was aggressive and it was brash and it was cocky, Laura's right. He did have a smile through it. That's what I meant about the charm and the charisma of sort of his storytelling. And it happened when he would come up and do our show, of course. Here is Irv Gotti talking about just how much things changed when DMX did Get At Me Dog.
And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me Dog. If you remember at the beginning of the video, it's the heartbeats. Doom, doom. DMX, doom, doom. Live at the tunnel. Y'all don't even remember the tunnel. Funk Massivist, doom, doom. And then I put that sound bite. Let's take it back to the streets, mother. the videos flashing, f***ing up your eyes. It caused change. And now there was no more shiny suits. We back to the hood, and X is the leader of this revolution.
And
But I do like because I think people forget. I'm really happy that we have this clip because he had a lot of, like, he just knew. When he found something special, he just knew. And I really enjoyed this clip right here. This is Irv Gotti talking about how they used to clown him for signing DMX.
I used to put on the wall a triangle with 5. And they was like, they used to clown me. And they used to be like, who's gonna buy his records, Gotti? Chihuahuas, he's barking. No one wants to hear that bullshit. And I'd be like, yeah. It's 05. It was no more writing on the walls. It was, y'all can get behind me. I used to tell Leo in the midst of the whole staff, and I would tell him, yo, shut the f up, yo. I said, you work better when you shut up and get behind me. Now this is what we doing. And he would shut up.
by the way,
It's a heavy edited clip because of the cursing, right?
But before he even got to the end, you knew from the way he said, who's going to buy the records? Chihuahuas? You knew he was doing Leor already.
He's always barking.
And because he got DMX over to Def Jam, and remember, DMX had already been signed to a label. DMX had a run previously that didn't work. And Irv was the connective tissue between DMX and Def Jam. Cats, it's like Irv was such a connective tissue between everything happening that time.
Yeah.
J,
DMX.
X, Ja.
Yep.
Irv was the piece that brought it all together.
Yeah, he brought them all 3 of them to Def Jam, and he had the vision. You know, he had the vision of what they were going to be.
And, I mean, that moment in time now, when you think about it, it became the Jay-Z, DMX, Ja Rule era, and Irv Gotti was connected in a real way, whether he got them signed or producing for them, to all 3. It's pretty remarkable.